everybody. It's Chris Martin, and we're back in at the Dogs Anonymous compound, or the backyard. It's been a little while since we've been on, and sorry about that. But we're trying to. We've been busy, fortunately, and so we just wanted to take a little time and introduce you. First of all, I wanted to cover a couple of things. I wanted to introduce you to Aiken, a little Yorkie. She's doing board and train with us, and she's here with the DA pack. You probably remember Boris, my lead guy. Keiko, his little, second in command, I guess you'll say. Hey, off. Then there's Tula, hyperactive Tula. And then our troubled girl, Precious. No, she's not really troubled at all. She's doing real well, much better now. Much better now. Able to interact with strangers out in public and all kinds of good stuff. So, anyway, and she doesn't need children anymore. But anyway, kidding. But anyway, I wanted to introduce you to Aiken. Aiken is doing board and training, like I said. And as you can see, everybody's gathered around, because they know that hands in the pockets means that somebody's probably going to get a treat. I've mostly been working with Aiken. Her problem has been she gets overexcited at the door of her home, and that has led to aggression. Now I've seen the excitement at the door here, but it has now gone from aggression to, I'm still I'm just curious about who's coming in the house. So I've been able to keep that under control to the point where it's no longer aggression. She's no longer snapping at people. I really haven't had that. Controlling her more on the walk, so she's not getting anxious there. And no barking or lunging at the dogs there. So I'm working on, and I'm going to step out into the yard to show you a really easy little recall trick. Because, first of all, with a recall or with any basic obedience cue, you start simple. Start in a very low distraction environment inside the house, preferably without the other dogs around, because they can be a lot of distraction too. Working one-on-one, and then you start having to generalize the command by, I go out on the back deck usually. Now we've got kids over in the backyard, which is good. It's good right now because she's really strong on a recall at this point. She's really strong on sit, and she's getting better on stay, which is it's a strong component of controlling these behaviors of charging the door, and she's very food motivated. Focus. So we're going to go out in the yard, and you can see everybody's following. Well, they know something good's coming. So this is easy. I mean, this is a no-brainer, and this is almost kind of like, cheating. Because my solution for teaching recall to the new dogs is to let the old dogs teach them, and I just kind of sit back, because I can call Aiken, come, girl, and everybody else comes too, because they know if one gets a treat, especially when they're out in the backyard like this, everybody's getting a treat. Off. So another command we've been working on is off, not down. Down's a separate command. Down is on all fours. Now, I'm going to work on it a little bit more with, we're going to bring some of the dogs, we're going to bring some of the dogs up on the deck. Aiken, come. Shut that recall down. Who's down there? Tula, we'll leave her. Go. There we go. Let's come down. Tula. Just down here. So now we're just going to work with a couple of dogs. Good girl, Aiken. Let's bring her back out. See, she's almost got a heel going. Sit. Good girl. Sit. You can sit. Stay. 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 So now we're going to work on stay a little bit. She's losing her focus. Tula, sit. Stay. Tula's helping me out a little bit. Good stay, good girl. you have to back it up. Back it up. No, don't feel like you're losing your command or your dog is relapsing. Sometimes you have to back up your criteria a little bit. And if you do, then do so. Stay. There we go. Stay. See, Tilla brought her up out of that. Sit, Tilla. Stay. Sit. Stay. Stay. Good girls. Good girls. You got a piece of steak. I'm surprised. And so, you know, another thing that we've been working on is hands in pocket, as I said, mean I'm probably reaching for a treat. So as long as my hands are in the pocket, there we go, that's a good focus. Heel, 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 girl. Now we got an auto sit. So I didn't have to even say sit there. And the reason that this is important for a dog who's got problems with charging the door is as long as she's focusing on, as long as she's so intense and concentrated on getting something yummy, then what that means is every time somebody comes to the door, then she's going to get something yummy to eat. It's classical conditioning. It's pretty easy. And I think it's the most direct approach when you're dealing with a situation like this. You know, you can do behavioral adjustment training, which I'm a fan of in certain circumstances, but for somebody coming into the door, it's a sudden environmental contrast, it's a change. And so where, you know, they're okay with them maybe walking down the sidewalk, but as soon as they start heading towards the door, that direct kind of energy, then it starts changing and they're barking and yapping and the energy changes and you can potentially have aggression. So we don't want that. Good girl, heel. Heel. Sit. Now let's sit. The other thing with heel, let's explain that because I think a lot of people get confused on heel. Heel is not start walking. That's let's go. Well, that's just loose leash walking. Heel is a concentrated focus. The dog is watching the handler over a very short space. Say if you're crossing a busy intersection. Get your dog to heel, heel, heel. Focusing on you. She's not looking all around the environment. Good girl to the bird. I'm going to give these guys something too. They're getting very patient. But a heel is a focused walk where the dog is focused on the handler over a very short period of space. For example, walking through an intersection where you need your dog to be focused on you and not concerned with all the distractions and everything going on around them. Next time I want to show you just a setup situation, a BAT, behavioral adjustment training session at the door with somebody coming in. I think we'll have one of our helpers help us out with that because Steven can't do it and hold the camera. So probably get Colleen or somebody like that to do it, and have Smitty here too. Remember Smitty from last year? She's still with us. Not training really, but she's still here. Just as socialization. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. I think really basic obedience, firm basic obedience, firm grasp of sit down, which I didn't cover. We'll touch on that later. But a firm sit stay and a focus on the handler, focus on the owner, the human who lives in the house, is really the fastest way to address some kind of aggression issue at the door. It depends on the severity, and a lot of times it can depend on the dog. Aiken's a little easier to handle because she's a smaller dog, quite frankly. The German Shepherd, a Rottweiler, another type of dog like that, you may have to use a little more caution. So that was it. Sorry we've been absent for so long, but fortunately we've been busy, and that's the reason why. So, till we see you next time, so long. Aiken says bye-bye. Aiken, come. Good girl, sit. Good girl. Says bye-bye.